So we're still on Ocracoke. We had a slight setback, hopefully not too bad. The ferry that's taken us over to Cedar Island, back to the mainland, had engine problem. So there's a hour to hour and a half delay, and hopefully it doesn't become any longer than that, because if it does, then we'll have to figure something else out, because we'll probably miss our ferry to Cape Lookout, and that'll screw up those plans. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this ferry gets going. Cedar Island now. I don't know if you can see it on the video or not. So we unfortunately missed the ferry out to Cape Lookout by about 20 minutes. But we wound up getting a room in Beaufort, North Carolina, at this pretty nice hotel. It overlooks the water. Sunset right now, so I'm disappointed in not being able to get to Lookout tonight, but this is bad. I'll take it. So we finally made it to Cape Lookout. We got here about 12:30 or so. Well, closer to 1. It's really windy, so I'm sitting in my car. I don't know if I'll be doing a lot of talking outside on these videos, because it's just, the wind is just strong and constant. At the cabins, if you can see it out that way. Unlike Cape Hatteras, which is very developed with lots of towns and stuff to do, Cape Lookout is very primitive. Like, there's the cabins here, which are primitive all by themselves. The lighthouse down at the south end, and that's it. The rest is just dunes and beaches and grasses and the shoreline. It's very primitive. We're not far from the mainland. Like, you can see it pretty easily. It only took us a half hour on a very slow ferry to get here, but we made it. So we're here overnight for a day. We're gonna go drive on the beach a little, and maybe there's the beach that you can drive on, and then there's the road behind the dunes that you can drive on as well. So I'm gonna go check those out. So we drove down the beach to the lighthouse, and it's actually wooded here, so I'm kind of out of the wind for the time being. Did about 10 miles from the cabin down to here. on the beach. So that was pretty neat. Got my driving in. Of course, we still have to drive back. So right now there's a, see behind me, a little boardwalk through the woods over to the lighthouse, which we're coming up on in a second. That is the Cape Lookout Lighthouse. So I'm here in front of what was the oil house, where they would keep the oil that they burned in the old lighthouse. And the lighthouse is right here. And the lighthouse keeper's house is in the background there, which is now a museum. And I was reading in there that the oil cans were about 45 pounds. And they would have to haul the cans up 216 steps to the top of the lighthouse at least once a day. And they had a little thing in there you could pick up that was about 45 pounds. And it's over 200 steps to the top. So that's hauling 45 pounds up, I don't know, 10 flights. That's a good workout, at least once a day, which means he probably did it often more than once.
No, it's not. I'm gonna slowly stop.
Are they away or?
She stopped. Who was that? Did you hear that? Did I run something over?
Take it nice and gentle.
Yes, I thought I did. Like a crab, and it made that scream. Yes, like a. I'm less nervous now.
So go fast past those guys.
No, they don't see us. Just a normal driver, normal 16-year-old with a permit. So chill.
Oh, where they? I feel like the tide really came high.
Yeah.
Like we were in where the water is the last time.
So we're gonna have a tsunami?
No, if it goes out that way.
So it's morning here on Cape Lookout. It's about 10 minutes before sunrise, so I'm going to head to the beach to hopefully get a somewhat decent view of it. It's partly cloudy in that direction, so I don't know if how much of it I'll see, but still pretty. Still, it's relatively calm as far as the wind goes. Because I've mentioned before, the wind here has just been constant. Not necessarily hurricane force or anything, but it's just been steady and constant. And it's sort of quiet at the moment, so which is nice. And it's cooled off overnight. I'm gonna make my way down to the beach. So that was a really pretty sunrise. Took a few more minutes because it was partly cloudy, so it didn't rise from the water, but from above the clouds a little bit. Yeah, it's just a really gorgeous morning. A little cool, but the wind is so much better today. Like, that wind was just got to be a bit much after a while, but today it's pretty calm. So, which is nice. So this is the last morning of the trip. It's been an amazing week, but not quite over yet. Still gotta get ready and get cleaned up and packed and back on the ferry, which I didn't shoot yesterday. Hopefully I'll get some footage of that today. That was that was a trip. The ferry was so small that and the water was so wavy that the ferry was rocking pretty good, so, which I didn't mind, but everyone else was kind of freaking out a little bit. But yeah, so there's a little bit left, but yeah, it's been a really good week. Would love to come back to Cape Lookout, just camp on the beach or something. This is really cool. But start getting packed up. Successfully back on the mainland, and so the only part left is to drive home. So that was a good week. except for that small snag of missing a night on Cape Lookout, but still got one night. So yeah, gonna head home, and that'll wrap it up for this video.